Hi, hello, this is Giri, teaching 10th Mathematics, the chapter Statistics. Here is the annual academic calendar 2020 and 21, and this is the third week, part 3 video. In this video, we will learn the solution of question number 2 of the exercise 14.1. Dear students, this is question number 2. Find the mean daily wages of 50 workers. This question is appeared in SSC Public Examinations March 2017. Here we have given daily wages in rupees. 200 rupees to 250 rupees is the first class, 250 to 300 is the second class, 300 rupees to 350 is the third class, 350 to 400 is the fourth class, and 400 to 450 is the fifth class. This row gives daily wages of the workers and this row gives the number of workers. You see, these 12 members or these 12 workers get 200 to 250 rupees as a daily wage. These 14 workers may get 250 to 300 rupees as daily wage. These 8 members may get 300 to 350 rupees as daily wage, and these 6 members may get 350 to 400 rupees as daily wage, and these 10 members or 10 workers may get 400 to 450 rupees as their daily wage. Now we have to find the mean daily wage or the average daily wage of 50 workers. Again, as we know that there are 3 methods to find the arithmetic mean. The first method is direct method, and the second method is deviation method, and the third one is step deviation method. If the classes or the frequencies are big in numbers, then it is better to use step deviation method. Already in question number 1 we came across direct method. In direct method we find the product between frequency and class mark. If the class mark is big or if the frequency is big, then it is difficult to find the product, and finally it is difficult to find the division also. In such cases, it is better to go for this step deviation method or deviation method. Now, this question can be solved using step deviation method in a very simple mode. You observe this. You observe the solution now, dear children. Here we have given the classes. The classes 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350, 350 to 400, and 400 to 450. These are the classes. We took the classes as first column. Now next column is for frequency. If frequency is nothing but the number of workers, 12, 14, 8, 6 and 10. These gives the frequencies. Now in between 200 to 250 class, the frequency is 12, 250 to 300 class, frequency is 14, 300 to 350 class, frequency is 8. In between 350 to 400, the frequency is 6. From 400 to 450, frequency is 10. Isn't it? After writing the frequency, these two columns are given in the question itself. Classes and frequencies are given in the question itself. Whatever the method you adopt to find the arithmetic mean, the third column should always be mid value. You should find mid value. You can use either direct method or deviation method or step deviation method. But you should use mid value as the third column to find arithmetic mean. In order to find the arithmetic mean of a table or a group data, you should use mid value. Understood? Therefore, let us find mid value now. Just recollect how to find the mid value of a class. Mid value or class mark both are same. Mid value or class mark of a class is nothing but the average of lower and upper boundaries. Lower boundary is 200 and upper boundary is 250. If we add these two, you will get 200 plus 250 is 450. What is 450 divided by 2? 450 divided by 2 is 225. Therefore, the mid value of the class 200 to 250 is 225. Next, add 250 and 300, you will get 550. 550 divided by 2 is 275. 300 plus 350 is 650. 650 divided by 2 is 325. 350 plus 400 is 750. 750 divided by 2 is 375. 400 plus 450 is 850. 850 divided by 2 is 425. These are the mid values. Otherwise, I told you a simple method to write mid values. How? Write the mid value of the first class as usual. That is 200 plus 250 is 450. 450 divided by 2 is 225. After writing the mid value of the first class, now you verify the difference between any two successive lower boundaries. The difference between any two successive lower boundaries is always 50. Therefore, you add 50 to this. 225 plus 50 is 275. 275 plus 50 is 325. 325 plus 50 is 375. 375 plus 50 is 425. Okay. Now, in direct method, if you write classes, frequencies and mid values, the next column is for Fi, Xi. In direct method, we did in first question. But now, here we are using the step deviation method. If at all you use direct method, then you have to multiply these two values, 12 into 225, 14 into 275, 8 into 325. You may get big values, a large numbers you may get here. After getting these values, you have to add up so that you will get a number, the sum in thousands or 10,000s or lakhs. Later you have to divide with 50, it will be to some extent difficult. Therefore, we adopted step deviation method here. In order to solve this question in step deviation method, let us consider the middle class mark or mid value as small a. Small a stands for assumed mean. Understood? Small a stands for assumed mean. Therefore, we will adopt or we will consider the middle mid value as small a. You can consider any mid value as small a, no problem. You can consider any value out of these, you can consider any value as a, but I took the middle class mid value as a. Later, di deviation di is equal to xi minus a. Xi minus a. Here x stands for mid value and a is for assumed mean. A is 325, it is a fixed value. Now, for this class, mid value is 325 and assumed mean is also 325. Therefore, 325 minus 325 is 0. And for this class, mid value is 375 minus a is 325. 375 minus 325 is 50. And for this class, xi is this minus a is 325. 425 minus 325 is 100. Similarly, for the classes above 0, you see here, this is xi value, xi minus a, 275 minus 325 is minus 50. And for this class, the xi is 225, di is xi minus a, that is 225 minus 325, which is equal to minus 100. Understood? Is it clear now? Now, after writing di, let us write ui. Ui is nothing but di by h. H stands for height of the class. Height of the class or class interval. Height of the class is nothing but the difference between any two successive lower boundaries or any two successive upper boundaries or any two successive mid values. You take any two successive mid values and you find the difference. What is the difference here? 275 minus 225, difference is 50. Therefore, h is 50. Similarly, 250 minus 200 is also 50. 300 minus 250 is also 50. 400 minus 350 is also 50. 450 minus 400 is also 50. Therefore, h is nothing but the height of the class. Height of the class is nothing but the difference between any two successive upper boundaries or any two successive lower boundaries or any two successive mid values. But please keep in mind, h should not be the difference between lower and upper boundary of a particular class. Of course, in this case it is okay, it is right, but in all cases it is not true. Therefore, the h is not the difference between lower and upper boundary. It is always the difference between any two successive lower boundaries or any two successive upper boundaries or any two successive mid values. Understood? Please keep in mind. Okay. Now we got h is 50. Since h is 50, now ui column, ui is di divided by h. Minus 100 divided by 50 is minus 2. Minus 50 divided by 50 is minus 1. 0 divided by 50 is 0. 50 divided by 50 is 1. 100 divided by 50 is 2. Or in simple words, corresponding to a you write 0 and above 0 you write minus 1 minus 2 and below 0 you write plus 1 and plus 2. If the classes are in ascending order, please keep in mind, if the classes are in ascending order, corresponding to the assumed mean value, that is a value, in ui column you write 0 and above 0 you write minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 like this, and below 0 write plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 like this, provided the classes should be in ascending order. Understood? Now the next column is for fi ui. ui is this column, fi is this column. Now you have to multiply these two values only. You need not multiply with mid value now. You have to multiply with frequency and ui. 12 into minus 2 is minus 24. 14 into minus 1 is minus 14. 8 into 0 is 0. 6 into 1 is 6. 10 into 2 is 20. You write positive values like this one over other, and you write negative values one over the other separately, so that it is very easy to calculate. You add up now. You add positive values first of all. 6 plus 20 is 26, and you sum up the negative values now. Minus 24 minus 14 is minus 38. What is 26 minus 38? It is minus 12. Therefore, sigma fi ui is minus 12 and sigma fi, sum of the frequencies, is equal to 50. We got sigma fi is 50 and sigma fi ui is minus 12, and a means assumed mean is 325. Now let us go to the calculation part. In order to write the calculation part, first of all write the formula to find arithmetic mean. AM or mean is equal to a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi into h. This formula is to be applied when you use step deviation method. This is the formula to find arithmetic mean using step deviation method. In step deviation method, AM is equal to a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi into h. Here a means assumed mean, whose value is 325, a is equal to 325. Sigma fi ui, sigma fi ui is this value, which is equal to minus 12, and sigma fi is 50, and h means height of the class, which is equal to 50. Understood? Now you simply substitute these values in the formula. Mean is equal to a value 325 plus sigma fi ui minus 12 by sigma fi 50 into h is 50. This 50 in 50 one time. This is 325 plus into minus 12. 325 minus 12 is 313. Therefore, mean wage of each worker is 313 rupees. Like this, you can find the arithmetic mean using step deviation method. You see, in direct method you took classes, frequencies, mid values and fi xi column. But whereas in step deviation method, besides frequency and class mark, you have to write di column, you have to take ui column, and later fi ui. This, if you adopt this method, then the calculation part will be so simple. But if you use the direct method, for some cases the mid values you will get 0.5 or so. If the mid values are in points, or the mid values are very large numbers, or the frequencies are very big numbers, in such cases the calculation will be difficult. In all such cases, it is better to use step deviation method. So far, the first question is solved in direct method and second question is solved in step deviation method. In the coming videos, we will learn the other method also. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.